Okay, there we go. Jose, you there?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So what we do is that we're buying houses from distressed homeowners. So we are, every day, we're constantly putting ourselves in front of sellers who may need our services. These sellers are usually in behind taxes or facing foreclosure, or somebody in the family just died, some type of hardship. And these are the people who are most likely to want to work with cash buyers like ourselves. So that's our job and the marketing department does that. They reach out to these people with different marketing channels, and they put out leads every day. Now, our job is to qualify these leads and see if there's any motivation there, see if there's an opportunity to work together and schedule an inspection. We go see the house, we do the inspection, and we give them an offer based on that inspection, based on the repairs that the house needs. And we follow up, and we buy houses. That's what we do, but we need to buy them at the right price. So my job is to make sure that you're getting at least 4 to 5 leads a day, and that way you can qualify at least 1 or 2. And if you go to one appointment a day, if you go to one appointment a day, which is the goal, and that means for this week you made 5 offers, the likelihood of you getting 1 is very high. It's usually in the 80s, 90% percentile of you getting 1 accepted, because we don't just make an offer and forget about it. We follow up. Hey, Mr. Seller, what did you think about that offer I made you last week? Well, whatever, and that's what we do. That's where the skill comes in. And the skill comes in learning, why do people want to sell? What's triggering them, right? Where is their pain? And speaking to that pain, and how we can solve it, and how we can put this behind them if they just agree to our price, right? Because we would love to help everybody, but we need to be profitable as well. We can't help them if we pay them retail for the house, So that's the name of the game in a nutshell. The last deal we did, for example, was in Santa Monica. Lady inherited the property, and she actually wasn't that motivated. The conversation went something like this. She said, well, I just wanted to see what you guys had to say before I listed it with the realtor. So, okay, great. Thanks for giving us an opportunity. When can we go out there? So we went out there, walked the house, did the inspection, gave her an offer. She accepted. We went under contract. And this market is so hot right now, we were able to sell the property fairly quickly. We contracted it for 94, sold it for 106. So we made 11 on it. Now, if you had done that, if you were the one who contacted this lady, made the appointment, did the inspection, got the contract, then technically your job would have been done there. Hey, my job is done. Here's the contract. Here's the seller's contact info. And we have a transaction coordinator whose job is to take it from that point. They take the contract, they make contact with the seller, and they start working the contract, whatever it may need, whatever the title company needs from this seller. So technically you're done and you can move on to the next. And so at a 25% commission split on that 11, you would have made around $2,700. But most people that buy them also want to sell them, because most people that want to do this, they want to pick up houses themselves. Yes, they like the commissions, they like the money, but they like the idea of being able to get a house for themselves to either flip or rent or live in. And that's why the type of people who do well with us are those that see themselves as investors now or future investors, and they want to learn the game for that reason. The ones that don't do well with us are the ones who see this as a way to make good money, but may have other interests, if that makes sense. Maybe they want to go into the medical field, but they need a good paying job in order to put themselves through med school. Or those sort of people don't do well with us because they have other interests. In this case, is med school, and this is real estate. This is sales. This is learning how to talk to people, how to read personalities, you know, how to read the message behind the message, and how to just basic human communication skills, right? So those sort of people do well with us, to give you a quick overview of what it is and what kind of personality it takes.
Okay, well, I actually have, me and my wife, we have flipped a couple houses.
Awesome.
Most recently being about a year and a half ago was when we did the last one, 3 total. So this one of the reasons I did apply for the job was because I do have an interest in real estate investing. But my experience just ranged from, you know, the 3 properties that we had. Which the first one we actually bought from an online auction.
Okay.
The second one was actually one that we had purchased for ourselves. But we moved out, rented it out for a year. And then the price, this was on the northwest side of San Antonio, and the prices of the homes at that time, you know, went a lot higher. So we ended up, after renting it for a year, we sold it. And then the third house was in Converse, where that one didn't go so well, but we pretty much were still able to get out even. We didn't lose too much money on it, but I am interested in it. But this is 100% commission, right? There's no base salary. It's just the 25% commission that you get from the deals that you make. That's going to be the bulk of the whole pay. Is that right?
So what we do for people who need more immediate money is that, let's say you went on that appointment, Jose, and you get that contract, and you say, well, you know, I don't want to wait until, I need money now, so I don't want to wait until the deal funds in 3-4 weeks from now. And that's assuming it funds, because there may be title issues, there may be a delay with the lender, there's many different variables that may delay closing, right? And so while you have that on your pipeline, and that's great, you have that money coming, you don't want to wait. So what we do is that we give you an advance. I say, well, you know, how much did we sell it for? We sold it for 11. Oh, okay. So your commission is going to be about 2,700. Okay. So then we give you half of that. Here's half up front. And then if it ends up not selling, we don't ask for that back. Hey, you know what, Jose? It didn't sell, man. You know, the lady had a tax lien that it put us, you know, so that's the risk that we take as the company, right? And hey, we didn't know, you didn't know, you know, you didn't do this on purpose. So then it is what it is, you know, we just make it up on the next one, right? So that's what we do when you need money now. But the point is to fill up your pipeline so much that hopefully you get to the point where you don't need it. That's usually at the beginning, because after you get a deal closed and you got 3 others in the pipeline, okay, that one's gonna close and this one's gonna close, and you know, when you get stuff closing each month, that's when you're making money. And so that's the name of the game. So we're constantly learning, and we spend a lot of time together evaluating deals, going over deals, seeing how else we can structure it. So we don't just do cash. Primarily we do cash, but there's many different ways to structure a deal that makes sense for us, that we can still monetize it, especially if the seller wants to sell. Usually if the seller wants to sell and we just can't meet on the numbers cash, but they need to sell, we're usually able to structure buy it in different ways, in this case via terms, to where we can still make money on that deal. But that's gonna come later. At the beginning is going to be primarily cash. So yeah, that's your 3 houses that you bought. So one was an online auction, the other one was just on the retail market. You just bought it to live in. And what was the third one? How did you get the third one?
We actually got that through Northwestern, a wholesaler.
Okay. So Northwestern, they do similar to what we do, in the sense that they're sourcing properties for other investors. But I think what makes us different is that we're trying to teach you, Jose. We're trying to empower you. Not trying, we're doing it. We're empowering you to one day learn the game, right? New Western, they're just pushing deals. They're just, and I bought one house from New Western back in 2016, and yeah, I've never bought from them before. And the feedback I get from other investors that have bought from them is that these guys exaggerate what you can sell it for. They overestimate the after repair value, and they underestimate the repairs. So they put you in a situation where you're not making money. You know, they're telling you, hey, you know, this property here, you can buy it at $100,000 and you can resell it for $150, and it's only gonna need 10, when in reality you can only sell it for like $140 and it's gonna need 20.
That's the trouble we ran into with that house as well.
Yeah, that's new. You're not alone. That was me. I mean, many people have gone through that process. And here's the thing, New Western, they're still in business. And see, we try to build relationships with our buyers. Let's say you were my buyer, Jose. Well, dude, I want you to make money. You know, I don't want to exaggerate and then have a one-time hit. If you're a flipper, I want you to keep coming back to me. Hey, Yonder, what do you got? I got so many people. Yonder, what do you got? What do you got? So that is the reason I stopped doing deals. Last year, the year before, I was doing deals myself. I was doing flips, owner finance, sub-twos. I was doing a lot of deals. But all that experience has helped me to gain the experience and knowledge to look out for, I call them my clients, right? Because they are. If you're one of my investors, you're my client. I'm looking out for you. Okay, where do you want to buy, Jose? Okay, Northwest. Got you. Okay. Heritage, you know, Adams Hill. Yep, out there, man. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know you can sell it. So this house, look, this one's 1,500 square feet, 3.2, man. I'm looking at the comps. Man, you can sell this thing conservatively for like 160. And see, I flipped. I've done deals. I know what it takes to fix the house. Those guys at New West, they're just salespeople. They're not investors. They don't know. And that's why they tell you what they tell you. But I know you're gonna need a new AC here. I know this one's still running, but if you're gonna flip it, yeah, you're gonna need a new AC. So that's $5,000. And let me see, yeah, all the flooring needs to come off. So demoing is gonna be about $1 a square foot, and then depending what you're gonna go with. So, anyways, that's why we can bring more value to the buyers, because we know the game and we can look out for them and say, look, this, I can sell it to you for this much, and you're gonna put in about this much, so you're looking to make this much, and very realistic numbers. And that's why people, they keep coming back to me. I just don't have enough inventory, and that's the reason I want to hire you, Jose, because I need help. I need help getting more deals for my clients, and I can't do it alone. There's just too many people to get back with, too many appointments to make. I can't do it alone. So that's why I want to hire not as many. I just want to hire two people that I can spend time with and teach and empower and tell you everything I know and how I do it. And there's a lot of little things that you can really learn in a book or a seminar, and they mainly have to do with human communication and mindset. I think that's the value I bring, to be able to develop a strong mindset, right? A healthy self-image, healthy self-talk. You know, very few people talk about that. They don't even pay attention to your self-image and self-talk. And man, that's what's driving you. What's driving you is your thoughts. If you don't know how to control your thoughts, then you don't know how to control your emotions. If you don't know how to control your emotions, man, you're not gonna make very good decisions. So that's the value I bring. You know, it's helping you realize what a beautiful mind you have. And there's actual tools. There's tools that you can use to teach you how your mind works. And you can apply those tools, in this case, to real estate, in talking to sellers, in handling rejection, in handling tough questions, and basic salesmanship skills. I mean, to me, that's really fun. Because the reason this is fun for me is because it gives the small player, like, see, I'm from Guatemala. You know, yes, I went to college, but it wasn't an advanced degree or anything. I don't think I have the brains to become a doctor or an architect or a big, high-paying professional. But real estate levels the playing field for a normal person like myself. I'm just an average guy. But through real estate, I've done many things. I mean, I'm actually sitting here in my truck. It's a 2021 F-250. You know, I bought it about 2 months ago. And it's the first time I've been able to pay for it cash. You know, prior to this, I was always financing vehicles because I couldn't pay cash. And so it's cool, you know, that I can afford to do that. But if it wasn't for real estate, I can't drop 50,000, you know, just like that. I couldn't do that. It's just, I couldn't even fathom, you know, shoot, that was what I was making a year when I was working for Toyota. You know, I spent 5 years working at the Toyota plant. And I started out at 45, then I went up to 50, 55. And then when I left, I was making about 65. And to many people, that was good. Dude, 65,000 a year you haven't made, and plus benefits. And I was miserable, right? Because, dude, like, there's more to life than this. You know, there's more to life than exchanging time for money. I know that I have a higher potential. But going back to mindset, very few people, actually none, were talking to me in a positive way. They were not telling me, Yoander, have faith in yourself. You can do this. Yes, those dreams and aspirations you have, give them life. Think about them. Put them on paper. Talk about them. You know, nobody talks like this. All my friends were, you know, they were just friends, right? They're just cool to hang out and stuff, but they wouldn't encourage me. So I had to learn this on my own and motivate myself, which is really where true motivation comes from, is from within. You know, outside motivation is very temporary and it's not very long lasting. Like a nice motivational speech or a cool motivational song, that's temporary. But true long lasting motivation, the type of motivation, you know, that gets you at 9 a.m. Monday morning, that motivation can only come from you, from being clear on your goals. What do you want? Why do you want it? And having more importantly than all this, is having the faith in yourself that you can do it, that you can get it. But if you don't hang out around people like me who are constantly going to encourage you and push you and tell you that you can do it, then you won't. Your choice of environment is so important. And we get that, right? We know that if we go to a bar and we hang out at the bar, eventually we're going to drink, man. You know, we're at a bar, right? We're in that environment. And what type of people we're going to meet at the bar? Probably, I don't know, some lonely people, some depressed people. I don't know why people go to bars. You know, maybe some lonely people want to hook up. I don't know. But, you know, what do you expect from a bar, you know? But you're placing yourself in that environment on purpose. Nobody's forcing you to place yourself in that environment. So we get that. Okay, yeah, I get that. I know if I put myself in that environment, more than likely I'm going to end up drinking myself and shooting pool and meeting other people who are just, you know, I don't know, lonely like me or whatever. I don't know. But what if instead I don't know, let's say you want to learn how to play golf. Well, why would you go to the bar? Place yourself in an environment where you're more likely to learn golf. Hey, hang out, you know, get a job at Topgolf, or just hang out at the golf clubs and just talk to people. And you're putting yourself in that environment where you're more likely to meet other golf players that you can find something in common and become friends, and now eventually play golf together. And that's what you want, right? So most of us don't get it on the positive side. We get it on the negative side, right? But we don't get it on the positive side. We don't go out of our comfort zone and put ourselves in environments that are more conducive to our growth, to where we want to go. So I had to learn all these things, man. I had to learn all these things about mindset. I'm not a guru. I'm not a genius. I learned all this. I can tell you the resources where I learned it. So, and all this applies to real estate. And that's why I'm able to do deals. But I need help. Like I told you earlier, I got a lot of people that want houses, and I can't call. Like right now, there's like, I don't know, 20 leads on the CRM. And I can't call them back myself. Not all of them. It's too much time. But what if I get people like you to teach you how I talk to people, what I say, and then boom, now I'm replicating. Now you and I are calling people. We're more likely to call those 20 leads back because there's another, probably 7 or 8 coming tomorrow. And boom, and that's how we do business. That's how we move ahead.
Well, I'm kind of in that same boat that you were, because right now, where I'm at right now, I make around 55 to 60. I don't have a college degree or anything like that, so it is good money for being my age and not having a degree. But I've always had a passion to do something, and it wasn't coffee.
Yeah.
So that's why I decided to move out of that house, rent it out, and try to flip a house. Because me and my wife did that from start to finish, that first house, and just like you, we were learning. We learned along the way. Like I'm okay with my hands and fixing things, but I'm not special at it. But I had to learn how to fix a lot of things so that I can make the cost lower so that I can have more profit on that first house.
Yeah, no, absolutely. How much did you guys make?
We bought it for $49. This one was in the southwest side of town. I don't know if you're familiar with Old Pearsall Road and Palms.
I know where Old Pearsall is. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Old Pearsall Road and Sky Harbor, and it's towards the back of the neighborhood, and it was for $49. We bought it on the online auction. We put, I think, 26 into it. So we were all in. We were in at like 78 or 79,000, and we sold it for 120.
Nice. So, what you netted after commissions and stuff? You netted about 35.
Yeah, 30 to 35 was what we took home, I believe. After my dad helped me with something, so I paid him a little bit. My wife's dad helped us with some, so I paid him a little bit. Yeah. But for ourselves, for our first flip, like that was amazing, and that helped us get to the second and the third one, and we were able to buy some land.
Right.
We live in Jordanton right now, which is a little bit like 40 minutes south of San Antonio. But it is hard to think about going from a job that I have now, where I know how much money I'm going to get, every week, to one that, you don't know. And it's the work you put in, but it's still hard to kind of wrap your mind around that. And I know it's going to be hard for my wife to wrap her mind around that too, but that's the only part that I have trouble with.
You don't have to. I would suggest you not quit, but I would suggest you build the image. Build the image of where you want to go and what you want to do. And then automatically things are going to line up for you. But you have to start with the clear image of what it is you want to do within real estate. And then if you have a good enough image, you're going to figure out a way to squeeze that into your existing schedule. And it's going to be easier to say no to certain things because, we're all busy. Right? Your plate is already full. You already have commitments with family and with work. You already have commitments. But when you build that clear image of where you want to go, it's going to be a lot easier to say no to things, to friends and family gatherings or whatever, because there's something more you want. So it starts with really getting together. If you can do it with your wife, it's even better. It's more powerful because now you're both on the same boat. And babe, we have this image. This is what I want to do. This is where I want us to go. I think real estate is going to take us there. And I'm biased on real estate. I've lost money with cars, with other businesses, with the stock market. I've lost money on many things, but not in real estate. I've broken even on some deals that I they went south, but I've not lost money in real estate. Not yet, at least. Knock on wood. The thing is that real estate is very forgiving. It's, yeah, you can afford to make mistakes. And many people are going to inject fear and say that, hey, if you make a boo-boo in real estate, you're gonna get sued, and that's it, you're done, and then you question this advice where it's coming from. Okay, well, the person telling you this, well, how many deals have you done? Well, none, because it's so high risk, and so don't. You gotta be careful who you take your advice from, because somebody who's doing deals, they're not gonna tell you it's not high risk, but you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know how to cover your back, and it's just learning the game. But like I said, I'm biased. I think that even if you have another passion, well, if you have another passion, you know where that is, you should definitely go after it. But things change. People change. Things change. But I think this skill of learning how to buy discounted real estate, and not only buy it, but fund it and fix it and everything, right? The whole gamut of real estate investing, I think is fundamental for anything you want to do in your life, anywhere in the country, because for the rest of your life, you're going to live somewhere. And real estate is our biggest expense. So wouldn't you want your biggest expense to be taken care of, to pay for itself with your other investments? I mean, it's a big part of our lives, a house. Yeah, like I think if, let's say we fast forward, right? Let's say we fast forward a year. And you make some deals here and there, you make some commissions, okay, cool. But now you have this skill under your belt, and you need to move to North Carolina, to Florida, to Arizona, I don't care where. If there's, here in the United States, if there's people, there's deals, right? Because people are always going through stuff in any city. They're going through divorces, they're dying, they're getting behind taxes, they're getting foreclosed on, they're just simply moving, right? And if you know how to reach out to those people, get in front of them, this game is not going away anytime soon. There's a need for cash buyers like us. Oh, you hang up. Man, oh shoot, good thing you hung up, man, my arm hurts. Hello?
I'm sorry. I think I lost signal for a little bit.
No, you're good. I was just telling you how biased I am about real estate. But yeah, if I think you should get with your wife and get with yourself and just be honest with yourself. Do I want to do this? Because this is going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to tell the truth. It's going to be uncomfortable. I mean, you're stepping outside your comfort zone. You're doing something different. And you're really working overtime, because you have your regular job, and then during your off hours, you're going to do this.
Oh, so you're telling me I can do this and still keep my job at first?
I would recommend you do that. That way you don't lose that security from having steady income until you learn the game. Once you learn the game and you have the confidence to step away, and I don't know for you if that's going to be, a few months or a few years. It just depends on how quickly you pick it up, and you're going to see your own pipeline grow. But it does take time. I'll be honest. It takes time to learn this game, because it's not, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's simple, but not easy. There's a lot of skills to do it well. It's a lot of skills that go behind it. The biggest skill, the basic skill is what I just told you. Your mindset, being honest with yourself, determining if you really want to do this, and if you do want to do this, building that picture. Because we think in pictures. And if you don't have an aim, then you don't know where you're going. You gotta have that picture, and you wanna visit that picture frequently. because we always have pictures anyways, but most people default to pictures maybe not of their choosing, maybe pictures that their family or friends put in their brain about, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, and you take on that picture. Whereas what I'm suggesting you do is you build your own picture based on what you want, so it comes from within, not from without. You know, when it comes from without with other influencers, then that's not good. You want to have your own picture from within, that, you know, this is what I want, and I don't know how to do it. Well, you shouldn't know. If you know, that means you're just lazy and you haven't gone after it. But when you don't know, that's when it's powerful. Man, I don't know how, but this is what I want, and I'm stepping in faith that God is going to put the right people, situation, the right places, the right environment, the right things in front of me so I can accomplish it. And your job is just to hold dearly to that picture, because I'm telling you, whatever picture you put in your mind that's really clear and you view it daily, there's no way you cannot take action on it. If it's something you really want and you hold on to it, you just think about it. Just think about that, contemplate it. If you contemplate it for about 5 minutes every day, really contemplate it though, like really get emotionally involved and actually see yourself bringing that picture to pass, I'm telling you, you're going to be so motivated. There's no way you can do that and not take action. Whenever I do that, I build my pic, I've revisited my picture. I'm like, you know, ideas start flashing. Oh, you know, I should do this, I should do that, I should call this person, I should do this. And ideas start, and that's how you build momentum. Momentum to go where you want to go. See, now you're directing your life by choice, not by default, not because you just ended up here. And now you realize how powerful you are. Once you get there, you're gonna be very pleased with yourself, and you're gonna say, damn it, you know, I'm pretty badass. Yeah, I built this picture, I did this, I made these moves, now now I'm here, I did this. And you're gonna have a really inner confidence about yourself, because now you know, now you have the formula. The formula is, okay, I just got to build this picture, get emotionally involved, take action, just follow my gut and follow my dreams. And from there, you're going to be more confident. You're going to build a bigger picture and you're going to go after it. So,
yeah. Well, I know I'm willing to work, you know, above and beyond, you know, after my job, because that's basically what I did when we were flipping houses. You know, I would get home from work, and then I would drive to the house we were flipping, and then I would do the work that I needed to do. So, I mean, if you're telling me that I can, you know, keep my job and still try this and learn from you, then that's perfect. I mean, I still obviously have to talk to my wife, but that's amazing news.
Yeah, talk to your wife, see if she's on board, talk with yourself, you know, see if you're on board. See if you're willing to give up whatever you're going to give up. I don't know what you're going to give up, but you're going to have to give up something. To say yes to this, you're going to have to say no to other things you're now saying yes to. So you may have to give up, you know, I don't know, if you have movie nights or poker nights or, you know, things like that that are nice and they're enjoyable, but they're not really moving the needle, you know. So, and when you have a clear picture, it's not really hard to make those sacrifices. So I think we should revisit once you talk with your wife, because she needs to be on board, man. Your partner is so important. They need to be on board. I mean, it's your life partner, you know. If they're not on board, it's going to be really difficult for you to make progress, because, I mean...
Yeah, it won't work.
We actually...
You both need to be on the same page.
She needs to know why you're doing this, why you want it, and the fact that you guys did 3 flips already, that's awesome. So she knows what it takes. She knows it's hard work. She knows that if it was easy, everybody would have, you know, tons of real estate and everybody would be millionaires. But it's not. Yeah. It's not that easy. It's possible, and that's all you need. You just need possible. You know, you don't want easy. You don't ask for easy. Just ask for possible. And yeah. So let me know, man. I mean, like I said, I'm looking for people that I can replicate myself in. I mean, once I meet you, I'll know if we're a good fit. I would know if you're gonna put in the hustle, because you know, I don't want to pour all this energy and time into you if you're just gonna be like, well, I'll try it. No, you're doing it, or don't, you know, we don't try here. We do it or we don't do it, you know, and having that attitude, that go-getter attitude, you know.
I totally agree. Yeah, let me talk with my wife, and I'll give you a call back once we finish talking about it, or probably tomorrow at some point. I'll give you a call, and I'll let you know. This is your phone, your cell phone?
Yeah, this is my cell phone.
All right, well, man,